And welcome to the latest episode of New Londinium, my Let's Play or Let's Build series on heavily modded Minecraft in a steampunk world. So last time we put together, we did a first pass on the kitchen. And originally, right up until about 2 minutes ago, I wanted to kind of pick up from where I left off and finish the kitchen. But I actually want to go a slightly different direction. I still want to work on the manor house here, but today, instead, I want to do the dormers finally, to finish the attic space. And so, I'm pretty sure I don't have everything I need for materials, specifically concrete, white concrete. So I think, I want to confirm that, but I think that's probably where we're going to start, is the white concrete that I use for my open frame. And yeah, I don't have a lot of gravel, don't have a lot of sand. So to get the concrete, gonna need gravel, gonna need sand, and that I think is where we need to start. Just to get things made. But it's dark. It's night, so we want to take a quick snooze to pass the night away. I'm not planning to run overland, but still, I do plan to be doing some digging with a shovel. I'd rather not have creepers and zombies and whatever else. Oh, jeez. It's quite a party we got going. And party's over. Okay. Yeah, guy left ashes in the seat of my puddle jumper. Well, let that be a lesson to you guys. Okay. I really don't know why I don't remember what I was doing to have a block of redstone and iron in my inventory, but it's there. We'll deal with that. And I picked up stuff. Why am I stuck? Ugh, I'm stuck. Stuck on this grass from Biomes of Plenty. Oh, now I'm unstuck. Okay, we're off. We're running. Well, apparently some in-flight music. Courtesy of sophisticated backpacks. I guess that was the in-flight briefing. So, as you've seen in past episodes, I'm kind of close to the shore, so we'll make a beeline for the shore. I should be able to pick up whatever sand and gravel I need there. This is now empty town of Twin Spires. We'll be taking that apart soon. And we'll actually be stripping away all the dirt in this area that you're seeing. I wonder... So I don't think I've been to this village in this series, so we should probably take a pass through there. But I'm pretty sure this village is like on the outer edge of what will be New Londinium. So I probably need to check on that before too. I might have to relocate all those people too. But yeah, I see some sand and some gravel down here. So we'll go ahead and make a landing, suck up the resources, because, unlike From the Rubble, right? From the Rubble is my post-apocalyptic series, and in that one I'm primarily building with concrete, so I need a ridiculous amount, and I've been setting up mechanisms to produce copious amounts of concrete. But here I don't foresee a phenomenal need for concrete. We'll need some, but really it's oh boy, it's gonna be hey Pooch, it's going to be deep slate that we need. I didn't get any concrete. I mean, gravel. I got a bunch of flint. Excuse me. Nope, huh. So apparently my shovel enchanted with excavate works great on dirt, but when it comes to gravel, it's just going to give you the flint, which kind of defeats the purpose I'm after here. So I'm going to switch. I mean, we'll need to figure that out. Chickens. Okay, put a pin in that. So we're going to need to figure that out at some point. But for now, I'm just going to get some good old-fashioned stone shovels. But I didn't bring any stone with me. I didn't think I'd have to do this. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to strip away the dirt. Yeah, now see, that produces dirt. So it's just gravel that's apparently the problem child. So let's get in here to stone. Grab the stone. Now we can make some stone shovels. Let's kind of patch up the landscape. I mean, this will all get plowed someday anyway, but not yet. So just kind of blend in the damage. And now let's go shovel some gravel. Never a dull moment with modded Minecraft, I'll tell you that. An unanticipated tool interaction. Okay. Let's see if this works on sand. Yep. So just gravel. Gravel's the only problem we've got. So chicken sounded like a lot bigger than it was. Big-footed chicken. We'll try not to get the water in here just yet. We'll get that eventually, but I'm not quite sure. You know, 2 or 3 stacks, I think, of both should be more than enough. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, and like in with from the rubble, what we discovered was that the recipe for concrete has been kind of intercepted by the thermal series mods. So it wasn't what I expected it to be. So I didn't. Okay. So that complicated things on that end. Here, I am pretty sure the vanilla recipe is all I'll be dealing with. So that's good. That'll be easy peasy. Let's dislodge a bunch of dirt. Sand here. For this, we can use the magic shovel. Okay. Anyway. Now, of course, we got the create mod in the mix, and the create mod, of course, gives us the ability to use the crushing wheels, and we can go ahead and create, so to speak, both cobblestone and then from the cobblestone we can create, using the crushing wheels, we can create gravel and sand as much as we need. So that we'll have that eventually. I just didn't want to have to set it all up now for this one thing, which we will it kind of be a one-shot deal. So, though there is that. I mean, I'm gonna need to spend some time building some crate-based automation and machines in our workshop using the power from the windmill, right? So, stuff like I'll need a washing system, right, for like converting concrete and stuff, and then of course we'll need a similar lava-based smelting system, though I don't know if I'll do that indoors. Might set that up outdoors. You know, of course, the crushing wheels, and to get the crushing wheels, we're going to need mechanical crafters, and blah, 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 blah. Now, I did set up livestock pens, and we'll need, I think, cows and chickens, and as luck would have it, it looks like I'm on top of a little group of chickens. So this might be this run for concrete supplies may be a twofer. I think I might try to see if I can figure out how to bring chickens back with us. I mean, I was able to stack, literally stack, villagers for a kind of a flying circus trip in the puddle jumper, so maybe I can stack chickens in a similar way. Or maybe it just works normal with chickens. And you know, having a chicken in your lap is not a big deal. Having a villager in your lap while trying to fly something, it's a little distracting. I mean, on top of the you know, more distracting, I should probably say. But yeah. Okay, quick and easy. Okay, let's just finish it up and then see about those chickens. Okay. Very nice. And, yeah, I mean, we'll come and get that stuff later, but that's not a priority at the moment. Okay, I need to have an empty hand when picking up chickens. So let me make sure there's at least two. There's one. A lot more sand out here. That's good. So I think I have enough. And we know where to get more. And the reason, of course, I need the chickens is we saw before I tried to make a gun, and they are expensive. I mean, we saw in from the rubble that guns are crazy expensive. That uses Timeless and Classic 0. In this world, we're using Mr. Crayfish's gun mod, and I believe I've already glanced at that, and it's not as expensive, but it's still not cheap. So we're going to need chickens, because we're going to be working with bows and arrows for a little bit. And I can't knock these weeds out of the way with a chicken in my hand. There we go. So let's see if I can put the chicken inside. No. If I can... Hey, you're supposed to like run into it, not over it. Try again. Well, that's not what I mean, he's okay. He's a passenger. That works. Let me go get another chicken and we'll be ready for takeoff. So, okay. A little extra gravel, nice. Where'd he go? There he is. Or she, or they. Okay. And that's not what I meant. Okay, I did stack them. Oh, come here. It's like herding cats. Let's see. Okay, put you in. You're in. So am I. I'm out. Put you in the back. Well, that works. I'll take it. Chickens are stacked in the back seat. And apparently they're helping with a little extra lift. I could feel the speed difference. Like in my Mostly Satisfactory series, where we're playing the game Satisfactory, I created these things called Blade Runners. It's supposed to help you run faster and jump further. And when I made them, I said I can't see a difference. I don't think they're really doing anything. And every episode since then, I have overjumped or overrun something. So I guess they truly are working. So my two little lift boosters, lift providers here, I'm just assuming this is helping. Can't feel it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Okay. Kind of a bummer my clouds go away when I reach a certain altitude. Okay, coming in for a landing. Nice and easy. Okay, so let's grab a chicken. Got just one. And I think I'll go put them over here at the end. Shut the gate. Get the other one. Now, one of the mods I have gives me a feeding trough where I can put in a stack of seeds, up to 64 seeds, and the chickens will automatically dip into that to do the chicken hokey pokey, which will get me a lot of baby chicks. So it's a great way to basically do your chicken ranching as an absentee landlord. But to do that, I need to take some wood. Let's see, that's the quark version. I need, yes. Okay, just 5 slabs. That's easy. So I just need 3 planks and get me 6 slabs. I got the wood. Oh, 3 planks, because I already have the planks. There we go. And I'm going to need some seeds. And guess what? We got storage full of seeds. Okay. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, center. Throw the seeds in. Let's watch them to make sure it works. 1 down. 2 down. Chick. Okay, we are good. Good to go. Okay, you guys have fun. And I'll be back a little later. Meanwhile, I'm gonna need to make white concrete. So I'm pretty sure I just need white dye, sand, and gravel. I got the sand and gravel, and my white dye is gonna come from the bone meal in this container. 7, that's not a lot, but it's enough to get us started. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay. And then with concrete, grab a bunch of stuff. So let's kind of put some stuff away. So let's see. This one I have to put away the old-fashioned way. And since I'm down here, I can just go ahead and put these away directly. Okay, so I should be able to put the dye in the middle, and then 4 sand with 4 concrete should get me nothing. Oh, concrete powder from Clayworks. Okay, so Clayworks has hijacked my concrete recipe. Okay, so let's see what they did to it. Concrete powder. So I got to make the concrete powder and then that. Okay, it's not so bad. It's the same basic recipe. I just have to make the concrete powder first. That's okay. I can do that. And 1 dye is still going to get me 8 concrete powder. Okay, this is doable. Okay, so let's make a bunch of this. Just thinking. Yeah. Let's make a bunch. I probably don't need all this, but this will basically be the last thing we need to make concrete, I think. Okay, now put this down, surround it with concrete. It gets me almost a whole stack. That should be pretty good. And then we can take the concrete powder, the leftover plain powder, and we can go. Oh, I put my backpack up there. That's not what I want to do. There you go. Okay, and there we have it. Now we got to go cure this concrete and bust it up. From the rubble, we used the power of our windmill to set up a washing station, and with the fan, we're able to cure. With the fan blowing across 3 depots, we're able to cure 3 stacks at a time. Soon to be 4, if I can expand the power of the windmill. I have everything I need except more andesite alloy, so. That's what I'll be working on soon. Okay, we need to kind of maximize our surface area here. And try to be efficient in how we bust these up using my magic pickaxe. So what I'm going to do is set these up like this. And then this water. And now I can use the pickaxe more efficiently to pick up all this stuff. Oh, how did that not become? Okay. This shouldn't mess anything up since everything's dirt based here, so. Okay, that was pretty painless. Okay, so we got our concrete, we got some chickens. Now we are ready for the primary event, so to speak, which is the dormers. Now, in case you're not familiar with dormers, if you ever look at like a house with a gabled roof, sometimes it looks like you have these like little rooms with their own little windows and roofs poking out of a roof, right? That's a dormer. I don't know how they would probably define that, like in Wikipedia or something, but that's basically it. And the idea there is it allows you to bring in air and light into a space that might not otherwise have access to air and light because of the attic. So, but they also look pretty good too. They help break up lines, and in some architectural styles, like say colonial, they're a key element. They really help set the tone of a piece. So, and while we're at it, part of what we're doing here with the dormers is that we're going to basically finish the walls of the attic space. It's all one package deal. That's why I needed the white concrete, because we're going to be doing a whole lot of these open timber blocks. And I think it's going to look pretty good. What I want to make sure is that I don't have any open timber blocks already made, and if we do, we want to grab them and use them too. But what I'd like to do is, once we can finish the attic, I'd like to move the enchanting table. Well, actually now it's the, I didn't realize I had that much concrete left. Oops. Okay. Well, we'll just go with it. Anyway, I'd like to move the enchanting apparatus, the enchantment infuser, up into that attic and kind of make like an enchantment room, right? Like kind of like a wizard's study. I know it's steampunk, but you know, if I'm gonna have the enchantment, you got to do it right, right? So. I grabbed those textured blocks. I want to see something. Yes, okay. I was confused because when I was trying to use gray concrete blocks in the architect's cutter, from the rubble they didn't work, and I thought that I had enabled the light gray concrete blocks for it, but I didn't. What I did enable was these textured blocks from the chip mod for the architect's table. So, okay, that mystery's solved. And it's good. I mean, one of the things we can do, probably not this episode, but we can finish the ceilings and get those all nice and finished. Okay. Gonna need a bunch more of these bottom pieces. think 5 will do it. And how about 3? Now, you know, a lot of people, a lot of people don't have attics at all. And others do have attics, but they have like really weird types of ladders or mechanisms. We don't have an attic per se. We have like a crawl space. And to get to it, the access to the crawl space is... Let me use this as a step. The access to the crawl space is kind of through a semi-trapdoor looking thing in the master bedroom's closet. Oh my gosh. I had to get up into there once because one of the... Is that right? That's wrong. One of the bathroom fans died and I had to replace it, the exhaust fan. And, oh boy, that is... if you're claustrophobic, boy, you don't want to be up there. I mean, that and the fact that, you know, there's quite a hefty number of spiders up there. So it was not fun. But I did it. Got the fan swapped out. So the thing about attics is it's interesting because when, you know, I'm sure if you were... Oh, I messed up the last one. If you were to like go on a Family Feud, and if they ask, you know, name a word to describe attics, you know, I think the number one answer on the board would be spooky, right? I mean, you know, a lot of horror stories, movies, whatever, center around attics. Attics are spooky. Traditionally, you know, if you're talking about a haunted house, where does the ghost live? If it's not the basement, he's definitely in the attic. In fact, that's probably the primary ghost hangout is the attic. So I don't plan on having any ghosts or anything, but you know, it is. I messed this up again. I thought I had it. Yep, messed it up again. I thought, okay. Thing is, it is ghost season, right? This, in real life, it is that time of year for ghosts and goblins and all that type. Now, in the game, I think it's like 4th day of spring or something like that. But, yep, ghosts. Ghosts are an interesting thing to talk about because there's a lot of. I mean, if you talk to most scientists will tell you without a doubt there's no such thing as ghosts. And if you ask me my opinion, I will tell you I do not believe in ghosts. But this is kind of like my thing with UFOs. If you say, well, first of all, you have to believe in UFOs because UFOs are unidentified flying objects. I believe in unidentified flying objects. Now, if you ask me if I believe in extraterrestrials visiting Earth in spaceships, no, I don't believe in that. But what I do believe in is the fact that while most of the stories can certainly be explained away, there is a I'm going to need fire here. I think I just need 3 for each fireplace. I'm not quite sure how I set it up in the other ones. But, yeah, 3 in the middle. Anyway, but in a non-zero number of cases, there's no perfectly logical explanation other than you know, maybe it's extraterrestrials and craft. This is where we'll build the dormer. So 1, and I'll build a total of 4 dormers. They'll be lined up on the same line, right? But so this is kind of to my point about ghosts, right? Is scientists will tell you that there absolutely are no ghosts because there's absolutely no proof there are ghosts. Okay. But the thing is just because you don't have proof that something exists doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? I mean, for example, we know that there must be baby pigeons because there is a crazy number of pigeons out there. They're all over the place. There's City Park, they're pooping everywhere. So clearly we have plenty of pigeons, and if we have plenty of pigeons, we know they have plenty of baby pigeons, but how many baby pigeons have you ever seen? And see, that's kind of like my point, which is just because you never saw a baby pigeon doesn't mean they don't exist. So going back to ghosts and UFOs, just because you don't have proof that they exist doesn't mean that they don't exist, right? Now, this is going to be the tricky part. So we'll probably never be able to say with any certainty that they don't exist. Kind of like the classic thing about religion. Does God exist? Well, it's really hard to prove he exists with a lack of evidence, right? But it's even harder to prove he doesn't exist with a lack of evidence. So there you go. Anyway, where I was going with all this is it's interesting because if ghosts aren't what we think they are, then what are they? And that's kind of like where I shrugged my shoulders. I don't know, right? Just like with UFOs. If UFOs aren't, if they're not, swamp gas or weather balloons or whatever, if they really seem to be, like, for example, a vehicle with occupants in it, and a vehicle's completely unlike anything we have, what is it? Don't know. And see, that's the trick. A good scientist, an honest scientist, isn't going to say they absolutely can't exist. A good scientist is going to use the phrase, there's been no proof that they exist. Right? That's actually more accurate. That's how science works. Right? Science, I think I heard an Enderman. Yep, I heard an Enderman. The way science works is you come up with a hypothesis. Does something do X? Does something do Y? And then you put up experiments to try to figure it out. And in best case scenario, the experiments will answer the question once and for all. And in most cases, it actually also opens up new questions, which leads to a new line of query, hypothesis, experimentation. That's how science works. So, any science... hey. Whoa. Come here. He's on fire. And he's not coming. Is he dead? Well, that doesn't do me any good if he, dies someplace else. Well, the chickens are doing what the chickens do. I think, a lot of people don't understand science as a discipline, or scientists for that matter. Do I hear him again? Oh, he's mad. Yeah, I hear him. He is angry, but where is he? Sounds like he's indoors, clomping around. Come here. You want a rematch? I'll give you a rematch right here. But you gotta quit hiding, pal. Where are you? Don't challenge me and then hide. chicken. Come here. I got a diamond sword with your name on it. Anyway, can't find him. We'll press on. So, the thing about science is, like I just kind of mentioned a minute ago, is science, yes, it's the quest for answers. Oh, he's upstairs. Okay, hold on, I'm coming. Gotta shut... Or are you coming to me? Okay. I hear you, I hear you. Hold on, I'm coming. Oh, there. Come on! Where'd you go? I don't hear him making noise. Come on! What happened to the old Enderman? Old Enderman would sit there and go toe-to-toe with me, usually. Okay. He sounds like he's gone. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, science... People think that science is going to provide answers. Sometimes it does. Most of the time, it provides answers that are unsatisfactory, which lead to new questions. And usually the answers provided are very, very specific, right? Because, you know, when you know, I just think I messed that up. Yeah, I did. I'll get to that in a second. So this comes out like this. All the way out. It's not under here. So these come out. Because, you know, you can't usually run a big experiment for something really expansive, right? So, like, let's say cold fusion. Cold fusion, where we can kick off a fusion nuclear reaction like they have in the sun, which would essentially give us near limitless power, right? But it's not like, you know, a scientist say, first of all, does cold fusion exist? Yeah, we already established it is. But then the next question is, well, how do we kick off cold fusion in the lab? And it's not, and that might be the question, but actually is not what you solve for. The question is really a bunch of little questions. Like, for example, we know the cold fusion is going to need, you know, like this type of containment. So now we're going to have to figure out all the questions around that containment and answers for each of those questions. And that process is going to answer more questions. And you see, so this is why it takes years and years and years of research and experimentation to do anything, because it's not like a science experiment in class. You know, it's like, hey, let's create water by burning hydrogen. No, you know, like the space shuttle, right? They decided they wanted to build a space shuttle. It's not like they had a space shuttle up and running a year later. I mean, it took decades of design and development, experimentation, and what have you before they had a prototype. And even then, the prototype didn't launch. The prototype simply glided from the back of a 747 and then back again. You know, you got to start small, and that's the basis of science. It's an iterative process, right? We do loops and loops and loops, and it takes a really long time by thousands and thousands and thousands of scientists. And I screwed up here too. So, getting back to attics and ghosts, this is where I really started. So, I don't think ghosts are ghosts. However, I'm not entirely, you know, just like with UFOs, I think there are people who saw something, some type of experience. Now, you know, eyewitness testimony, ironically, is one of the worst types of evidence, least reliable, quite frankly. But unless you were there with them, you don't know what they experienced, right? And I suspect in the vast majority of cases, yeah, it was a misperception, right? I mean, how many times have you seen like a spooky movie like The Exorcist. I saw The Exorcist when I was a kid, and that just scared the living bejesus out of me. And at that point, every time I was like home by myself and it was quiet, every time I heard any type of noise, it just freaked me out because I was imagining all sorts of crazy things. But they were just everyday noises that were happening anyway. It's just that now in this weird context, my mind is totally set up and prepared to take it as something else. So I think that's probably the case for most people. But there are going to be cases where maybe something did happen and there is no decent explanation. Though ghosts aren't my first choice, right? But then if depending on what I messed up all of those. But then again, depending on the circumstances and what was experienced, if it's not a ghost, then what is it? And that is the trick. Science tells us, not science. Science doesn't tell us squat. Some scientists will tell you it's absolutely not a ghost. And you're like, okay, what was it? And they'll come up with a whole bunch of hypotheses to explain it away. Okay. But the opportunity to experiment and confirm those has come and gone. So, in truth, you don't know, and you never will know. And then, now there's some very successful shows out there run by some very successful people that have kind of taken this whole thing as a business model, right? It's almost like a real life Ghostbusters. It's like, you tell us, we're prepared to believe you, at face value, and we'll come out and we will try to do experiments and such to see if you're right. And I'm sure it can be very entertaining. And for some people, this is proof that it's something we should take seriously. Don't know about that, but anyway, it's the same thing with religion. I know what I was raised to believe. I know what I do believe. If somebody believes different from me, I am not one of those people to say that they're wrong and I'm right. Because, first of all, you're talking about the nature of the Almighty, of God. God is unknowable, right? And I also firmly believe that in terms of God and religion, either we're all right or we're all wrong. Because if you look at it, essentially, almost all religions are variations on the same overall theme, but it's manifested in different ways. And in the end, the result's the same. Don't steal, don't kill, don't lie, be nice to each other. It's the basis of civilization. So with that being said, why are we freaking out over whether, I can eat meat on Friday or I have to stop in the middle of the day to pray toward Mecca? Who cares what other people do? I mean, the thing that we should focus on is the whole, don't steal, don't kill, don't lie thing. That's the important bit, right? And if somebody believes, in the almighty Zarquand that's going to come someday, and he comes riding on a pink hippopotamus blowing bubbles, I'm perfectly okay with people believing that and setting up a religion around it, as long as it doesn't mean that they have to go around like killing people or something, right? Again, I don't know what the big deal is about people thinking and acting differently if the end result is basically the same. Yeah. Yep. I think I told this. I mean, I won't tell the whole story, but I had some friends that were looking to move out of the Puget Sound area, and they were looking for ideas, and eventually they wound up living in Montana. They had everything they were looking for, but I had suggested that they move to Utah, to the Wasatch Front, right? Because they were looking for family-safe, family-friendly environment and all this, but they were very hardcore Catholic, and when I mentioned that, their eyes got big and they whisper, it's full of Mormons. And it's like, yeah, that's why it's, family friendly and stuff. But they were acting like, the Mormons were going to eat their children or something. I don't know. It's like, for the love of, what are you after then? So what you're really after is someplace that's family friendly and safe, low crime, and good economic opportunities, and lots of other Catholics? Well, good luck with that, because as a general rule, most of the Catholic enclaves I found have a tendency to be in, impoverished areas. So, yeah, it's people are weird. That's really, Jim Morrison said it best, right? People are strange. Pretty much all the time. So, and like I said, I at one point I thought that we were becoming better. Yeah, not so much anymore. There's still a lot of really great people out there, though. One of the things that I've really enjoyed is like the channel Discord, right? The people who have become my channel members, who have joined my Discord, we talk about all sorts of weird stuff. And what has really amazed me is how they've come together as a community. And I think 2 of us are in North America, and one's in Australia. Actually, I think 3 of us in North America, and one's in Australia, and they're scattered all over the place. And yet we get along well. And I know that we have some very different backgrounds, which actually helps, I think, make the conversations and the sharing a lot more interesting, right? Because I didn't realize I had put an extra block up there. Because these differing perspectives allow us to share information and perspectives that wouldn't have even dawned on the rest of us otherwise. That is why diversity is important. That is why we should support diversity. Get off my high horse. I wound up, proselytizing again, but don't mean to. It just, we live in some really weird times lately, and as an old fart, it's, you kind of feel obligated to try to pass on the knowledge of the past. Yeah, I think I just need to zip it, because there's plenty of old farts out there, and many of them are the problem. So, telling folks that our way is the right way, maybe that's, the evidence at the moment is not entirely there to support that. So, okay. It's kind of like there's some Facebook memes that crack me up, where it's like aliens come down to Earth and say, we're gonna kill your leaders and take over, and the response from the regular people is like, okay, that's fine. And the aliens are like, what? We've just seen some really weird stuff, and I think a lot of people are kind of surprised and let down. And let's face it, even in the best times, people didn't have 100% faith in the U.S. government or the UN or whatever. But the way things have gone lately, I think people's faith is challenged well beyond anything in living memory. It's a mess. And now, we've got AI replace. I'm proselytizing again. Anyway. AI isn't going to destroy us, but on the flip side, AI is not going to save us. AI is just a tool. Now, I will tell you, though, AI is definitely going to disrupt us, right? It's going to mess a lot of stuff up, and it'll be a mess till we get it all sorted out, figure out what works and what doesn't work. And that means a lot of good people, I like to think of myself as a good people, will lose their jobs, like I did, because of AI. And you know, you can't wait around for the solution to present itself. You're just going to have to be flexible, adapt, and press on, which is what I'm trying to do. Along those lines, I had some really great developments last week. So hopefully I will be working again. Unfortunately, I don't think relying on this channel as a sole means of support will work out. Probably never work out. But that being said, this channel has been more successful than I ever thought possible. So, and for those of you who contributed to that, like if you're watching this right now, you're contributing that. So thank you. Thank you very much. Just watching videos. It's all you need to do. And that'll help me. Now, if you want to help more, by all means, give me a like. Or even better yet, give me a comment. Stir up the conversation. You know, what do you think about ghosts? What do you think about UFOs? You know, put it out there. Let's kick it off. And then if you really want to help me, you can subscribe. But join the channel. Join the channel membership. Right? It's $3, $2.99, but that's $3 a month. And there you go. And I don't see $3. I see $2. YouTube sees $3. I mean, $1 of it, but that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. I need some more wood. Oh boy. It should go pretty quick with this handy dandy magic axe. You know, YouTube's kind of going through some fluctuations that are a little concerning, but the question is, when is YouTube not going through some weird fluctuations, right? Because it's like, I could consider YouTube part of the tech industry, right? And the tech industry is all about what I just explained to you earlier about science. It's iteration, right? So you find something that works, and then you step back and you kind of look at it critically and say, how could this work better? And you come up with some ideas and you make some changes. Then you step back and you look at the results and you're like, how could this work better? And if you do it right, if you do it well, most of the time it is doing better. It is. Every once in a while, it doesn't do better, and sometimes it does things worse. I think we're kind of going through that right now a little bit at YouTube, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. The thing is, when you have something like this that a lot of people rely on for their bread and butter, you know, if it's a mistake or a technology change that disrupts their paychecks, well, they're looking at that as an existential crisis. And people, anything you do where people feel like it's going to make them, I need a few of these. It's going to basically take away their ability to feed themselves. Well, people freak out, and justifiably so, right? You get 2 per, so I need, let's try 5. That'd get me 10. And let's see how far that gets me. I mean, I could sit here and do the math and try to figure it all in my head, but I don't really have any measurements. Oh, I need to get up there somehow. Oh, dirt. I don't have scaffolding, but I definitely have the dirt. So the dirt it is. Haven't found any bamboo yet. And normally this would be about time, but we are so close to finishing these dormers, so I feel compelled to keep going till I finish these. And we're just doing the roof bits now. So I think like the next episode, we'll go ahead and see how we can screw up the roof. How we can set up the enchanting station in a nice way, and finish the kitchen. Ooh. How about a slab? Do I have any slabs? I do have a slab. How does that look? Not side slab. Horizontal slab. There we go. And then we put a cap piece on that, and we're good. If I don't get hit with lightning, standing on the roof in a lightning storm, what could possibly go wrong? Oh gosh. Okay, let's finish up this roof. I need to put some doors in some of these spots. So before I replicate this dormer, let's take a look at the end result. I don't want to have to fix over and over, but put some dirt down, jump up a little higher. Take a look at it kind of even on. Well, shoot, man, that's still a little at an angle. Okay. So there we go. That is exactly what we want. And look how it breaks up the roof. That is mighty nice. Very happy with this. Very happy with this. So I'm going to kind of cover my trail as I back. Don't want to do it out from underneath me. So it's quite the mix of stuff we did today. We did concrete, and we did chickens, and we did dormers. Concrete and dormers and chickens. Oh my. From Lions and Tigers and Bears of the Wizard of Oz. But, you know, I don't have those things, so it's concrete, dormers, and chickens. Oh my. Nice. Nice. Now we'll just finish this up. We need some more cap pieces. A lot more. And that should be close to it. Let's go. I'm not going to take the bark off of these. We're just going to grab them real quick. Make a bunch more roof pieces. And I'm still using dirt as a ladder. Okay. So, cap it. And I need more of these slabs. Unfortunately, I only need 3, but I can only make an even number, so 4 it is. This isn't going to work because I can't stand up with the roof piece in the way, so let's go up over here. Oh, we're going to get this done. And I'm gonna have to think about how I want to prioritize what's next, because I got a windmill here that's not really doing anything except spinning. I want to take advantage of that. We have I like to go find some cows, take advantage of that. maybe horses, because we will be going back and forth from here to the work site, the new Londinium work site, so we'll need that. Plus, we'll need to build a proper road, because with the horses I'll build a wagon so we can carry a lot more stuff on each trip. So yep. And for a steampunk world, that might seem kind of weird, but if you think about the era that steampunk emulates, the coal power is still a new thing. It supplements animal power, horses, right? In a lot of places, hasn't completely replaced them yet. So, and you saw that in the 20th century, same type of thing, right? Where they were building roads for use by cars, but it was being graded by horses pulling, grading blades. It's that type of irony I saw in Thailand, right? We were on a highway, right? And this is like, God, 30 years ago or so, but we were on a bus driving on the highway, and they were basically building the other side of the highway, so it would have twice the capacity. And we're on a road with all sorts of, not all sorts of traffic, but plenty of traffic. And on the other side, did they have big bulldozers or caterpillars or earth movers? No. They had about 100 or 200 guys out there with pickaxes and shovels, and they were out there manually grading the land. And it's just that type of, I guess it's what they call a juxtaposition, right? It's kind of jarring, right? You see two things that seem to be at odds, but in truth, that is perfectly natural. It's like the handing off of a torch. I gotta make more of these, and I think that's pretty close to it. Now we gotta get down, and the way to do that is to jump in my really little pool, like in those Bugs Bunny cartoons where they jump from a high ladder into a glass of water. That's what that felt like. Okay, let's take a look at our handiwork for today. I got oodles of... Oh, he's back. Let's see if we can find him. I betcha it's the same one, and if it is, we can just take care of this now and be done with it. Oh no, I don't want to go deal with getting down there and getting back up. I don't want to deal with getting back up from here, so I certainly don't want to do it twice. So, okay. This grass is no longer scenic. Actually, you can't see much because of the grass, so I guess it's not scenic in the first place. Okay, back to what I was doing. So let's take a gander at our handiwork. So we made some progress. We now have a thriving chicken production. So we will go ahead, start making arrows and have a bow, and we'll get that all squared away. We now have proper dormers. So it's essentially the outside of the manor, the structural parts of the manor are 99% done. It's just mostly a lot of inside decorating and setting up. And along those lines, we have some machines to automate and stuff. But in its essence, we're cranking. This is growing. It's expanding in a way that I think is good. I'm actually pretty excited to see how it's turning out. So hopefully, you feel the same way, or at least generally positive about the whole thing. And I hope that means that you'll be back next episode to see where we go next. But in the meanwhile, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.